That's wonderful. It's, I was like, oh my god, I can hear the dog outside my house through Rumble's mic, but no, it's through Susanna's.
My apologies to everyone.
My first reaction is like, oh, that's a funny coincidence. We both have dogs barking. Um, okay, so everybody's here. Ready? Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now we can take a nap.
Centuries of dust cake the stairwell as you descend into the depths below. The stonework is old but well maintained. Amber tiles cut into diamond patterns of varying sizes, all of it dry despite the moisture outside. The ceiling is low, close, almost claustrophobically so, as Udinar is forced to hunch while standing upright. The air is stale and lifeless, but carries a scent strangely familiar to Petalin and Darby. For Petalin, it is a scent that reminds her of home and the early evening feasts for the myriad gnomish celebrations that always seem to fall every other day during the summer and fall. Specifically, the baker's ovens, putting the finishing touches on the monstrous loaves of fresh bread. For Darby, it's almost a warning, something picked up from his time in service to his first master, an aroma of warding and danger, encountered in some of the oldest of places found beneath the earth. Any guesses as to what it might be? I'll take that as a no. At the bottom of the stairs, ahead of you, are 5 doors, 2 to the left, 2 to the right, all wooden, and one larger iron door straight ahead. The limited light from above grows dimmer as you descend further, and you will need torches to see deeper within without relying on your dark vision.
Okay. Well,
I was muted, but is the scent like the bread scent of beer?
No,
Okay. Just like
it is. It's
warm
not.
loaves.
No, it's no. I'll give you that again. For Petalin, it is a scent that reminds her of home and the early evening feasts and for the myriad gnomish celebrations that always seem to fall every other day during the summer and fall. Specifically, the baker's ovens putting the finishing touches on the monstrous loaves of fresh bread.
I'm guessing like a charcoal or something like that would be used. Something fire related.
Uh, any other guesses? There is a prize if you get it right.
And for Darby, it was a scent of warding.
Almost a warning, something picked up from his time in service to his first master, an aroma of warding and danger encountered in some of the oldest of places found beneath the earth.
Like one of my first guesses was sulfur of some sort, but like I don't know why that would remind Petalin of home.
Particularly of ovens.
That's why.
Maybe it's
Cobweb
bug
on my
spray
microphone.
for
Okay,
jerks.
so I got bug spray, charcoal, bread, and
I don't know.
Bug
I've
spray
been
for
thrown
jerks.
off
Jerk
because
spray.
of because of her description.
Like I guess the only other thing I would guess is like saltpeter or potassium nitrate, specifically because of explosives and fireworks.
all right. Well, we'll go ahead and lock those in. You have until you decide to explore any further to make a guess, but I'm only allowing one guess per person.
I mean, to me, if it's not smoke or something like that, I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with charcoal as well, just because of the two descriptions.
I'll go with gunpowder.
Okay.
nothing
Rumble, did you
reasonable
want
is
to?
coming to mind for me.
Yeah. Okay. You don't have to guess.
Well, in that case, I'm gonna start walking forward. I cast light on my shield earlier, so
Right. You did. You did. You're right.
hmm
Sorry, I had just had the darkness pre-programmed into the description. So.
yeah, no worries. So I guess I'll take the like lead as the flashlight, essentially.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you're standing at the bottom of the stairs in a narrow hallway, hunched over.
Yep.
2 doors to your left, 2 doors to the right, all wooden, and 1 larger iron door straight ahead.
So who wants to knock and say hello?
Well, we don't know that they're locked in here.
I guess I'll try the first door on the right.
Okay.
I'm gonna stop him.
Okay.
You don't
I'm
just
stopped.
go opening random doors.
I mean, I'm
What
just
the heck else are we gonna do?
going in to say hello.
I'd like to look around all the doors, any sort of identifying markings.
Okay. So give me an investigation check. And when you say identifying markings, is there something you have in mind?
Like anything that can designate what each room is for. Like a placard of sorts.
Sure. Immediately apparent to you is that these doors are not marked in any such way. In fact, even the iron door simply appears to be closed, though upon closer inspection, you get the feeling that it might be barred. Actually, no, not that it might be barred. It is literally barred from this side. So that one is barred. The other 4 doors are plain wooden doors. Your investigation reveals that based off like the patterning in the floor and the scuff marks that they were regularly used.
Do they have like
Okay,
normal door handles and locking mechanisms and everything?
No locking mechanisms, just handles.
Oh,
We were going to the first one on the right first. Was
Yep.
what Egg
First,
decided?
yes, first one on the
I'll
right.
check that one for traps then.
Yep.
Okay. You sense no sign of foul play at this door.
I'm gonna slowly crack it open.
Okay. As you push the door to, it swings freely, as though it were, intended for just such an occasion. Inside, you see 5 beds and an equal number of small personal chests decorating an otherwise 5 beds and small personal chests decorate the otherwise barren features of this room. A single desk pressed into the corner of the far wall opposite the bed holds a grim sight. A skeleton born to nothing but bone lay in a pile partially in the seat and upon the desktop itself, the remainder of its bones scattered along the floor. Thousands of tiny little black dots litter the skeleton as well as the floor that you walk on, glinting off the light of Udinar's shield. What do you do?
Can I take a closer look at whatever those black dots are?
Sure. Perception. At first glance, they appear to be nothing more than thick dust particles, but on closer inspection, you realize that they appear to be thousands of almost fossilized mosquito corpses, crunching neatly into a powder as you pick one up or squeeze it between your fingers.
ew.
Ew.
I mean, at least they aren't alive.
You realize that there is a cakey coagulant left behind on your fingers when you squeeze them together.
Oh.
Crunchy on the
If I-
outside, nougat on the inside.
Mm.
If I-
Are there no other doors in this room?
No.
Okay.
If I give it a sniff, is it a metallic smell?
Yes. Though at its age, it's a very pungent metallic smell.
Okay, I'm gonna wipe it off on one of the beds.
Okay.
Um, are the chests just like, do they appear unlocked or do they have like padlocks on them?
They're just personal chests. There's no locks. Like a foot locker.
Well, I'm going to go about searching them.
You find. I guess they wouldn't be moth ridden because there aren't any moths, but they look to be coarse material robes, perhaps worn by people who weren't too concerned about comfort or appearance, as they're basically burlap sacks. And that's it. And you see that there is a change of about, like, each one of them has 3 that they could change into.
I'll go over to the desk where the skeleton corpse is.
Okay?
And
You are
just
at the desk where the skeleton corpse is.
I'm just gonna see if there's anything on top of it, not touch anything yet.
Observing the skeleton corpse more closely reveals a single stained note pinned to a knife embedded between 2 of its ribs.
Am I able to read it as it is, or would I have to like grab it for closer inspection?
I mean, craning over, you can make out it's a single, all right, I guess just a pair of words written in Elvish. They read, "I refuse."
Ooh.
And where is the knife? Roughly where the heart is?
Yes. Or where it was once upon a time.
Sure, yeah. That's a little gruesome.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
So, I expect we will run into 4 more bodies down here, but who knows? Maybe the other 4 got out.
Oh wait, there is something I can still do. Because it doesn't take a spell slot. Oh, it won't matter yet. Okay. I'll keep that in my cap for later.
Okay.
Has the skeleton like fallen apart?
Yes. Like I said, some of it is scattered on top of the desk, some of it is in the chair, and the rest is scattered across the floor. It looks like wherever it decayed.
There's no drawers or anything on the desk?
Nobody asked.
Is there
If you would
drawers?
like to search the desk, you may.
I will do so. Investigation?
Are you okay to disturb the skeleton?
No.
Well, it's going to be kind of hard to search the desk without being willing to do so.
Okay. Yeah, I'm fine with it. I'll just try to carefully do it, I guess.
Okay. As you pull the chair back to make sure that you can open the lone drawer of the desk, you send several of the bones of the skeleton jostling to the floor. It seems they were barely held in place as it was. There is a loud clattering that seems to echo endlessly through the room, just because otherwise the room was silent. Within the desk, however, you see a small brass ring and a wand of red wood with a decorative tassel of golden feathers hanging from the back.
Ooh.
Wand of red wood, you said?
Mm-hmm. In addition to this, there are several remnants of what may have once been a book of parchment, a long dried pot of ink, and a single quill vein, because all of the feathers have rotted away.
So yeah, standard like office material essentially in there. Besides I'm gonna take the brass ring and the wand. We'll just hold on to it for now.
Okay.
That wand
Do
looks
you let
cool.
Do you let anybody know that you found them? Is this like a sleight of hand deal? What are you
Oh yeah,
doing?
no. I like if anybody's looking over, they'll see me like hold it up and just kind of like look at it for a moment before saying like
Mm.
we'll inspect these closer later. So if somebody like
Okay.
wanted to grab one or ask for one, they know
Sure.
it's there.
Cool.
I'll take the murder dagger.
Okay. It's
Yeah.
not a dagger, it's a knife.
Okay, murder knife.
Yeah.
Can I take a tibia?
Sure. Can you identify a tibia?
You want a medicine check?
Yes.
I found that humorous.
That's
All right.
pretty
You
good.
take a bone that you believe to be a tibia. Don't worry, it's not a pelvis. Probably not a tibia.
Okay.
Can I go and search under the beds, or is it like an actual like bedding on top of a frame?
No, it's basically a mattress on a floor stuffed with straw.
Okay, just want to check under each of them just in case.
Uh, under under the first, as you lift it, you're greeted with a disgusting sight of age-old mold and mildew from where the straw inside the beds has rotted away. It is a rather pungent odor as you release it into the room, and
Ugh.
it would make anybody sick to their stomach to persist in it for longer than a few moments. Otherwise, underneath the bed, you see that there are little shriveled bits of black rice.
Ew. Gross. More dead bugs. Or rat droppings? Who knows?
Yeah.
Do you continue to search the beds? Everybody else will either need to leave the room or make a Constitution saving throw to save the contents of their stomach.
I'm gonna leave the room.
Yep, me too.
Okay.
All right, let's skeed daddle.
Shit's gross.
Okay. So
I'm gonna take whatever scrap of cloth I can tear off from something in my bag,
uh-huh.
and I have a bottle of perfume, so I'm gonna pour some on it,
Okay.
and then put it over my face, and then search under the rest of the beds.
Okay. Let's see. Give me an investigation check. Resisting every urge you have to vomit, and the interesting odor created by the blending of perfume and rot. You do your best to search through the remaining four bed sacks as they were. And in the third or center, there appears to be something inside of the material itself.
I'll go ahead and pull out my boot dagger
Um,
and cut it open.
Okay, you cut it open, and the object inside appears to be an old iron key, no larger than the palm of your hand.
Okay, I'll snag the key and then go out into the hallway to not have to smell this anymore.
Okay. You close the door behind you.
I do.
Okay. There is now a door directly across the hallway from you, or one to your right, or the larger door just off to the end of the hall. So one in front of you, one to your right, one diagonal, and then the big door.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I vote we go to the second right-hand door, which would be the wooden door immediately to our right.
Okay, I'm gonna check it for traps.
Okay. As you're inspecting this door, you actually notice some long dead runes scribbled just around the base of the door that may have at one point in time been a ward or trap of some sort, but the magic is long since inert.
Okay, I'm gonna direct everyone to move away from the blasting area potentially. And then I'm going to like stand offset from the door and then use the bone that I picked up to nudge the door open.
Okay. As you nudge the door open, there is a shower of small sparks that gets no more than an inch off the ground, and a puff of pitiful smoke that seems to emanate from the rune itself, and nothing more. The door swings open freely.
Nice.
Better safe than sorry.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a like peer around the corner, quick glance into the room.
It looks to be several short, waist-high shelves of tubular cases. They look to be like scroll cases.
Hmm.
Is the room like about the same size as the other one? Larger? Smaller?
Yes, it's close enough. It looks like this may have, from a glance, may have at one point in time been a very well-stocked library of various scrolls and other text.
Okay, I'm gonna step in. Want to see if I notice any more of the mosquito corpses in here.
Yes, I mean they're now that you've noticed them, they're everywhere.
Okay.
I am gonna start looking for some scrolls.
Okay, you want to give me an investigation check?
I'm just gonna browse around as well.
Pedalin, you do indeed find many scrolls. Honestly, at each case you open, Pedalin, all you find are crumbled to dust and ash, the remnants of old scrolls. Udanar, you actually do luck into finding what looks to be a scroll case that didn't have its seal broken, and inside you make out what looks to be several scrolls rolled up together. Do you want to try to read them, or?
When I see that she comes up with so few successes and I find this, I'll just kind of like hand it to her and say, I think you're looking for this.
Oh, thank you, Udnar. Okay, I will. Does it look like if I touch them, they'll disintegrate?
I mean, they're fragile, but not that fragile.
Okay. I'd like to try to gently remove them from the case and unroll them on the table gently. See if I can
Okay.
read it.
You can. You see that these appear to be scrolls of mending, but they're faded and likely inert.
Hmm.
Darby, were you going to search the room as well?
Yeah, we want to see if there are any other skelly men in here.
What? Oh, there aren't. But if you were searching the scrolls, I needed you to go ahead and roll.
Oh, no, I'm not particularly interested in scrolls. I guess I'm looking for anything else of interest in the room that is not scrolls.
Nope, this is literally just a scroll library. Egg, however, you find what looks to be a bundle of scrolls as you lay down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tubes that appear to all still have solid somethings inside of them.
Jesus.
Nice.
Man.
Good at
I don't know
scrounging.
what you guys are complaining about these being no good.
I mean, you also found many, many, many crumbled ones, but
Uh huh. Just being a jerk.
Mhm. You also seem to be the only one who perfected the gentle wiggle to see what's inside.
I'll also just hand them over to Petalin though, because
Mhm.
Yeah.
that interesting to me.
Petalin looks quite comical with many scroll cases in her arms.
While
How many
they're putzing around, I'm
total
gonna
is that?
go check out the door directly opposite of the one we're at.
Okay.
And checking for traps.
No sign of any traps whatsoever.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to gently unroll these 6 that Egg found.
Okay. Is everybody staying with Petalin? How's the group going
I'm
about
staying
this?
with her. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll go with Darby, but
Okay.
I'll just sort of stand in the doorway.
Sure. Makes sense. So as you peruse all of the scrolls, you eventually come to realize that almost everything you find is inert, save for 3 scrolls of mending and 2 scrolls that Petalin you cannot read.
Ooh. 2 scrolls. I can't. So I don't recognize
Oot-
the language.
Udanar, do you care to take a look?
Only if she'll point out that she's like having trouble reading it. I'm just kind of like there, not really over her
Sure.
shoulder.
Sure.
Well, I would have been pointing out what I'm finding as I'm going, like out loud, like, oh, here's a scroll of mending, and so on and so forth.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay. Yeah, then if I see that you're like looking at it and just like or something, I'll take a closer look at it.
You recognize them as 2 scrolls of create food and water.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I'll
that's
just let her
handy.
know. Yeah.
Nice. Okay, I will keep those 5 scrolls and roll them back up gently in their cases.
See?
And then I guess we'll go join the other 2.
Well, Darby's had plenty of time while you guys were poring over scrolls.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not gonna proceed without him. So if I had extra time, I would check that last door as well for traps.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. Much the same as the other 3. This one or the other 2. This one appears to be untrapped.
Yeah, so I guess we walk up to Egg in the doorway, just like, okay, what's going on?
He's just
Yeah,
checking
so
for
you guys would have,
traps.
yeah, you guys would have finished. I mean, Darby would have been waiting for you guys at this point.
Okay.
Mhm.
Darby's
So.
standing in the hall eating a banana.
How
Okay.
are you?
Where you
Where
got a
did you get
banana?
a banana?
Darby has a banana because I have a banana. So which
The
door's
thing-
next?
Well, I say we keep going counterclockwise, but we could also start and just go in the same order of first, second.
Well, from the direction you came in, you've checked both the doors on the right.
Right.
Uh,
So let's continue in that counterclockwise pattern and check.
Do you want to check the second door on the left?
Yes.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
It's right in front of us, so.
Sure. As you push the door open, you see what looks to be maybe an equipment storage room of some sort with some rusted out husks and remains of various pieces of equipment, and maybe this is where they kept any weapons they might have had stored or things of that nature.
Egg is going to search this for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Pitiful to see such a good roll wasted on this room, but of all the remnants of anything that's in there, you find an old rusted flail, and that is the only thing that still has anything to it, aside from maybe a few quarter staves. Interestingly enough, on the handle or the haft of the flail are the same inscriptions, or just like several little like holy symbols that have been carved into it, into the leather.
Well, I'll take that rusted flail, I guess.
Okay.
Is this room just like only weapon racks? Is there any other sort of furniture in here?
Nope. Just equipment storage.
Are there more mosquito husks in here?
Literally everywhere.
Okay, gross. Ugh. Gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Each footstep leaves behind a greasy black footprint
Gross.
from where
Yeah.
they have been crushed.
Pretty gross.
Okay.
Last door it is.
Last door.
All right, pushing open the final door, or what would have been the second door, you see what looks to be yet another set of shelves, this one much taller, and immediately apparent to you are what look to be pieces of and remnants of brooms, mops, mop buckets, a few of them still in good standing order, and then anything beyond you would need to search. But this looks to be maybe a basic storage room.
I'm gonna look for any like general tools.
I don't know what a general tool would be, so you tell
I
me.
don't know, the pliers, a chisel, like
Okay.
general maintenance items.
Okay. Anybody else searching the storage room?
Sure.
No, I won't
Pig will
be.
poke around.
All right. Egg, you and your brother both find brooms, mops, mop buckets, torches, flint and steel, oil, about 10 pints of oil, still preserved in their glass bottles, various rags that have not fully rotted away. There would be a couple of tool sets, but they're again for very basic maintenance of things. So like they had the scrolls of mending, so maybe for something that mending couldn't fix.
There's some good stuff there though. Torches, oil, and whatnot. Like,
Flint and steel, maybe?
yeah, there's some good stuff.
Also hanging from one of the racks, Darby spots a like a water skin.
So like in okay condition.
In fact, as you lift it, you feel that there is water still inside.
Hmm. I'm gonna pop it and take a sniff.
It smells like water.
Hmm.
Do we need to be concerned that this stuff in here hasn't really rotted away the rest of the other rooms have? Does that make anybody else a little nervous?
I'm nervous about this whole situation, so yes.
Are you saying there could be magic here?
No, can't be.
The magic mop? Who ever heard of such a thing?
Hmm.
So here's the skinny, right? Other fellow players, I can't detect magic until we do a long rest, so anything you think might be, otherwise I would have by now. Anything you might think might be, we'll do all at one time.
Yeah.
Well, fuck, take a mop and a bucket. Why not? Sometimes you just gotta chuck it in the fuck it bucket.
It's true. That's what
Egg has
Grandma
bad
always said.
memories of mops. He will not take a mop.
Yeah, fair enough.
All right, well, I'm gonna take that water skin because it's odd that it's still in okay condition when everything else is in
Mhm.
some level of decay.
Yeah,
Peddling.
even the mops, if you pick them up, you know you can feel that the wooden handles are ready to break at any moment. The
Peddling.
only thing, the only things really in the room that are preserved in any sense are going to be the flasks of oil.
I'm gonna take a mop and do an impression of Egg spinning with his halberd.
All right, so as soon as Pedalin spins the mop, the weight of the head causes the haft to break, and the mop itself gets flung in a random direction and maybe hits somebody. I don't know. Or a shelf, causing it to disintegrate. In fact, it hits a shelf, causing the shelf to disintegrate under the force of the striking mop head, and everything in the room collapses, sending up a large cloud of dust. Pedalin is now holding the one broken end of a mop.
Petalin imitates the sound of thunder from the White Steel Crozier.
See, Pedalin missed the "Don't try this at home" fine print on all of Egg's actions.
All right.
Well, after that display, we've only got one door left.
Yeah.
Yep. The big iron door. Barred on this side.
So, question is, what is this keeping in?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a wild stab and say that it's the Twice King behind there. Or what's left of him, anyway.
Search that door for traps too.
Okay. You do your best effort of looking for any sign of traps or anything that might get in your way or impede you from lifting the bar or opening the door itself. You don't encounter any such thing, however.
I'm not certain going back is even an option at this point.
I suppose we're pressing forward. Someone want to give me a hand with this bar? And I'm going to grab it from one side.
Egg will attempt to help.
And I will also attempt to help from the middle.
There's not enough room for 3 people to help.
Okay.
Remember,
will back off
narrow, almost claustrophobic. So, Egg and Darby, I'm hearing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so 2 brothers do their best to lift the bar, which quite easily slides out of place. Darby, make a perception check. Egg, you as well. Okay, how appropriate. Darby, as you lifted the bar, there was an almost imperceptible resistance just before you pulled it all the way loose. And as you did so, it was like it snapped out of place, and you are now holding the bar next to Egg.
Well, that was a little peculiar.
Egg wouldn't have noticed at all.
What's
It's
peculiar?
almost as if it was being held in place by something.
Well, if the front door was any indication, I would imagine that somebody didn't really want us to come in here. So, I'm not really very surprised.
But
We'll
I
have
mean, after
to-
you come this far,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe it's like we pulled on the correct end of a slipknot magic thing.
Magic Slipknot.
Yeah. Look, it's strong from one end, but if you pull it from the right spot, opens easily.
All right. Let's go, I guess.
I mean, did y'all? I mean, it might sound silly to try and rest in here, but I mean, did anybody want to try and take a short rest before we go through the big scary iron door? No? Okay.
Should have maybe had that
Good.
conversation before we unbarred it.
Oh, too late now.
So is that a no on the short rest?
I think that was a no.
Okay.
Well, speak now or forever hold your peace.
I would be fine with the short rest, honestly.
I mean, we do have 6 hours, so.
Anything to get like a little bit stronger than I currently am. Even a little
If
more
the
health.
party were to survey their current condition, they would recognize that literally everybody is wounded, and Petalin is actually fairly gravely wounded.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we should
Somehow
short
in good
rest.
spirits despite her health.
I mean, I suppose you can go take a nap in the smelly beds.
Yeah, thanks for that.
It wasn't for nothing.
Oh, did you find something?
Rather
Someone hid
sleep
away
on
a
the rusted
key.
weapons.
Oh.
Looking at the iron door, is there any sort of keyhole?
Nope.
I'm not quite sure where it goes to yet.
Perhaps the outside door.
If only things were so simple.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think I was hearing that we do want to take a short rest.
I would,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. I think a short
Catch
rest
your
is
breath,
in order
patch your
then.
wounds.
Yep.
Okay, so
Yeah.
are you going to do that here in the hallway, the equipment storage, scroll storage, item storage, or the stinky bedroom?
I do not want to go into the stinky bedroom.
Okay.
Do we want to rebar the door in the meantime?
Yes.
Sure.
The bar slides back in easily, so we're meant to do so.
I'll just duck into the like scroll storage, I suppose, and sit on the floor.
Okay.
Feels a little more comfortable.
I'm going to throw my bedroll out on top of the scroll case table.
Okay.
Because I don't want to be laying on the floor with all these nasty mosquito corpses all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Petalin climbs onto the table. Moments later, you hear a creaking and then a crash as it collapses under her weight.
Well,
Been there.
Petalin is lying in a cloud of dust
Oh,
and
God.
wooden splinters.
I don't think saying "I told you
Fragments.
so" would do much in this situation.
Yes, thank you for that.
All right.
I'm going to sit in a
fuck.
space that gives me line of sight to the iron door.
So, like the hallway.
Not like in the hallway, but like nearby the doorway.
Okay. Sure. That's fine.
These fucking rolls. Okay, that one's better. I mean,
Oh,
fuck.
no.
We're at this point. Let's. Oh, almost got to full. Okay.
No. Oh my god.
Dude, I had these rolls
Wow.
too. Like they were pretty bad.
Susanna,
give
your constitution modifier isn't applying?
All
Says
right, well,
modifier
I'll
wisdom.
do it manually.
Yeah, I don't know. Just make sure you're spending the hit dice.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
there's one good one.
It's spending them. It's just data.
Did we want to take the short rest to each look at a thing too?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm gonna look at the cloak from the Forgotten.
Okay.
Well, Egg was a little nonplussed by the sword.
Well, here's the fun thing. What's in the pit?
In the pit is the leather armor, cloak, deck of cards, and sword.
No. Everything. What's in the pit? Is pit inventory a thing somewhere?
Yeah, I have it.
Okay. Is it something that I can look at, or do you need to read everything to me?
You want everything?
Yes.
Why don't I just share it with you then?
That'll probably be for the best.
Is there no way we can do the pit inventory in here? Because we have our party inventory stuff.
I don't know.
Like, could we create a, like, null player for the pit?
Not really, because I can't give you all control of it.
Right, okay, I see.
Okay. I like the fancy text. All right, so this is an accurate the pit.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm just gonna go ahead and take care of a few things in here.
You just shared the Google Doc, I assume, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Take a look as well. Been a while.
I don't know why the bush is listed in there.
Jesus Christ, that's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been maintaining it each session for the most part.
Five sets of manacles. I forgot about that.
Hey, you never know when you're gonna need them.
True.
Well, anything else in here? I like that there are horse hooves in here.
I don't actually remember what those are from,
Neither do I.
but they're in
I
there.
think
We
that's
have them.
literally from the unicorn that we fought.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
but we don't know that it's a unicorn, so we just called them horse hooves.
There you go.
Ah! What the fuck?
Oh.
Why? Why would you do this?
Well, that's much easier
That's
to...
what's in the pit.
That's much easier to comprehend, at least.
It
Where
does
did
look like you guys kept the Helm of Comprehend Languages, though, based off it's here in the pit.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's in the gone list,
Oh.
What?
so it shouldn't be here either.
What happened to everything?
Well, what you see in this list is what's in the pit, along with the where did it go?
The stuff from the Forgotten?
Yes.
Oh, that's not added in here.
The rusty great sword blade, the studded leather armor, the deck of cards, and the cloak.
I'll put those into magic items.
Okay.
But what happened to everything?
Don't know.
So are we just opening the pit now and suddenly everything is gone?
Yep.
The fuck?
Okay.
All of that collecting.
It happens.
Why is it not copying everything? I need. Oh. There. That's fine. So yeah.
Well, look at what's in common with everything that's gone.
I wasn't paying attention to
What?
what's gone. All the weapons, I
It's
guess.
like, yeah,
Almost
pretty much.
everything that is metal.
Wait, do you think it's everything that could be like rotted away, basically?
No, I don't
No.
think it's metal either, because there's the helmet and all of this
Well, the helmet's
monetary
gone.
stuff.
The helmet was in the gone list. It shouldn't have been in the pit.
No,
See,
no,
it's
no,
over
no.
there where
The
it says
fancy
gone.
helmet, the non-magic fancy helmet,
Oh,
which was basically dress armor.
yes,
Yeah.
that's metal.
Yeah, so it's not
Where is it?
metal.
It's under
Was
currency.
that still in there?
Monetary
Oh.
items. Yeah.
Oh, that should be gone. Boop.
Also, there's plate armor still in there.
Oh, where?
Plate
Oh,
under
plate
equipment.
gone.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
Well,
Now it makes
what about
sense.
all
There's
the
also
all
nails.
the money then? Because money is metal.
Money's
The
gone,
gold and
isn't it?
silver.
It's not all gone.
The stuff in the chests is okay, I guess.
Those nails. Should those be gone?
Yes.
Okay.
Your assorted tomfoolery.
Wait, what? I don't even see a sword. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Nails.
What about the 10-foot pole?
That's
I
wood.
assume that's wood.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's wood.
Well, shit.
So
Eh.
it seems like what happened in the cave happened in the pit.
Which is what? Where did all the metal go?
I mean, maybe one of those objects ate it, like the sword, maybe.
I see backpack in the list
That's
of
not-
things in the pit.
That's
It's not in there.
Okay.
It's on my inventory.
Okay. I didn't think so because I remember you guys specifically saying you didn't put it in there.
Yeah.
So I was just calling it out because it was in the list.
That was just a copy and paste of all the magic items.
yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Well, I guess we can do the short rest now.
Yeah.
Did anybody want to spend any time trying to identify any of these items?
The cloak for me.
Okay. I'll do the leather armor.
Okay.
I'll do the bag.
The bag that Egg has.
Do you want to
Okay.
wear the bag?
All right. I'll do the sword.
All right. All right. Now just remember, it's like just a blade, like a rusted blade with the tang. So like the Forgotten was swinging it by the tang.
Yeah.
Okay. 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 So the cloak, you're going to identify as the cloak of protection or a cloak of protection.
That's neat.
Yeah.
Darby, you find that anytime you put an item into the bag and desire to retrieve it, it is always the first item on top. You have found a handy haversack.
Oh my fucking.
Pedalin, the leather armor that you have found seems to confer a greater sense or a greater amount of protection to those who wear it, perhaps equivalent to a +1 bonus to AC.
Yes, that's for me.
You also noticed in your inspection of it that it appears as though you can alter the appearance of the armor at will.
Oh, it's that armor.
+1 glamored studded leather. An egg. Somehow always getting the weird one. Let me open this bad boy up. As you go to inspect the strange rusty blade, and you place your hands on it, it shrieks and says, "Ah! Who are you?"
Oh my god.
Hi, I'm Egg.
Hi.
And it says, "And are you my mommy?" No, it's a. And I suppose that you'll be calling me yours then. Is that right?
You more belong to the group at the moment.
80 years in a goddamn cave, and I'm pulled out by an idiot.
Oh my god.
Well,
Can any of
it
us hear
says,
it? Or are we
yes,
just
everybody
hearing
can hear
talking?
it. No, literally everybody can hear it. So I suppose I should thank you for that and your wonderful offering of a feast.
You ate the metal in the pit.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
It shrieks again and says, "Ah! Who's that?"
That's peddling.
So matter of factly.
You bastard sword, you.
A sword? Oh, yeah. No, that is what he wanted, isn't it?
What do you mean what he wanted?
You can just
Darby's a
feel
little
it's
nonplussed because his gun talks too.
you can just feel the disdain like eking from this thing. It says, "I am surrounded by idiots." It's a simple matter. Spend some time bonding with me, and I could be anything your wildest dreams can think of, so long as I've tasted it.
Holy shit.
Oh,
The idiot in the
yes.
cave wanted a sword.
I see.
There were, it seems, a couple of potent items in your offering, and I'm more in tune with myself.
Fair enough.
You didn't have to eat our nails, you know.
Oh, but I was so hungry.
I
get
suppose
it.
after 80 years you would be.
You start snacking and then you just
Yeah.
reach for something and it's just all gone already.
It says, "Tell me about it."
Do you have a name?
Oh, I can't remember the first one, but most recently I was called the Devouring Edge.
Oh, shit.
Jesus.
Can we give you a different name?
No, I like it. Which of you dares lay claim to me?
Petalin throws up her hands like, not it.
Yeah, I point towards Egg.
All right. I guess you're
Enough of
mine.
my weapons talk.
What did you say?
Said enough
Darby?
of my weapons talk.
Oh. Oh. The creature, or the object is like, "Oh, another talker. Interesting.
I'd be careful, he'd eat you too.
Not if I eat him first." Do you have
Does my
the gun
say
summoned?
anything? It's just holstered.
You feel that same laughter, like a mocking laughter in your head. But no, it doesn't say anything.
Okay. I don't know. My bet's on him.
It doesn't have arms with which to shrug.
Okay, so the stuff that everybody just grabbed, I'm gonna delete it off of the notes I was making because I no longer have them. That's you have it all in your inventory.
I mean, I have them in my notes.
Oh, okay.
Right,
cool.
but he wants to make sure that everybody has like. Well, the people who identify the items, are they keeping the items that were identified?
Yeah.
I am totes keeping this leather armor.
Okay.
If
I'm gonna keep the cloak as
Am
well.
am I becoming pack mule now with the dimensional bag?
Sure.
I mean, I already carry a bunch of bullshit.
Sure. Since I'm taking this talking blade,
How long does it need to turn into something else?
Well, I believe that's on Egg or its wielder to discover.
uh, Egg has some practical questions for the
Egg should ask those practical
Devouring
questions.
Edge. How often do you need to be fed?
Well, like I said, it was 80 long years, and I'm quite sated now, but I'm never quite full, so I couldn't tell you. Perhaps in time I'll remember more.
Mm-hmm. And if you turn into a weapon of my choice, how long can you hold that shape if you're doing it based on having eaten that thing?
Mechanically, it can transform up to 3 times, regaining 1 transformation when completing a long rest.
And it'll just hold that shape indefinitely?
I mean, it's been a great sword for 80 some odd
Yeah.
years.
Mhm.
If you try to make it transform when it has no charges, actually, you know what? I will just let's see. I need to take out a couple of secret things here, and then I can just give you the information.
Gotcha.
You know what? It'd probably be easier just to do this. Put that in Discord. Changing the weapon's form would be not instantaneous. I'd say it probably takes a minute.
Okay. Interesting.
Just to clarify, this is considered to be an artifact, but you just so happened to fulfill the first unlocking criteria by putting it in the pit where it ate a couple of magic items.
Mhm.
Why do we have so many mouths to feed?
Right.
So I'm just thinking in terms of weapons that are useful to me. It can turn into a spear, right? Because there were spears in the pit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna put on this dope leather
Um,
armor.
So things that were in the pit that you know were in the pit, there were javelins. I think there were some throwing hammers. There was a spear, for sure. You know it can turn into a great sword, at least somewhat. I mean, it is currently a great sword,
Mm-hmm.
and that's all you know that it can turn into.
Can it turn into plate armor?
No, you'd feed it a weapon.
Okay. It
It'll
just
just
it ate
r-
plate
right,
armor. That's what I was
right.
getting at. But it's always a weapon. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
What was the haversack condition? It's always how much weight?
5 pounds.
I mean, it. I thought it might be in the DMG, so you may not have access to it. I can literally just add it to your loot.
Oh, I already
Uh.
just turned my backpack into it. I know how it functions. I just don't know its default weight because I'm pretty much replacing my backpack with it.
Wait, if you hand me
Uh.
the loot for the cloak, will I just get the +1 stuff when I put it on? Because I'm trying to find out how to program that.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Did that go in or not? Oh, no, of course not. Delete that. Why is that not working? Cloak of protection. Let me open Udinar's up. Inventory. Did that... Is it not going in? Because I saw it get dragged over, but I'm not seeing it in your inventory.
My current encumbrance weight went up. So it must be in here somewhere. Oh, it's just under cloak.
Oh, okay, because it was unidentified. That's why.
Okay.
Gotcha. Now it's identified.
So, okay. I'm just going to make sure this is all working, but neat.
Which means that, yes. Okay, so Rumble, it's in your inventory.
I have 2 of them.
Do you? Oh, I guess I dragged it over twice. Just get rid of the other one.
Okay. So I can delete these metal items that are in the pit.
Do what?
I had items in my inventory that I was just listing there that I'd put in the pit, but they are gone forever now.
Oh. And then I get that +1 glamored armor for Petalin.
So
Inventory.
mechanically, for now, just when I'm using it, I'm just acting as a spear because I've had it transform into a spear.
Let me see. It ate 2 magic items. No, it's +1.
Okay.
Ooh. You know, we're gonna run into problems with the stunties about splitting all this loot with them.
Yep. I know. I thought it was
This
thinking
wasn't
that.
from the
Yeah.
tomb.
They don't know that, though. We'll worry about that if we get out of here alive.
Yeah.
Susanna, the glamored studded leather armor is in your inventory now.
Thank you.
It's down at the bottom. And also, your leather armor is spelled leather amror.
It's color text.
Man, I haven't felt so light before.
Anything else for your short rest? Because otherwise we can call it done.
I think I might spend one more hit die. There.
Had you already used your warlock spell slot before the short rest?
Yes.
Okay.
But now I recover it because of the short
Well,
rest.
let me rest. Short rest. Done. So if you change it to a spear, then it's down to 2 charges.
Actually, I changed my mind about that. I'm gonna feed it the heavy trick spear and have it turn into that.
Okay. Uh,
You-
so the devouring edge consumes the drow break spear, and after a minute of like thinking, it's like, oh, that was a weird one. No, yeah, I can do that, but just be aware, if you break it, you buy it. It's gonna be tough to regrow that every single time.
Yeah. That's fine.
AKA mechanically, if you break it, you'll have to transform it again.
Oh, that's so cool. Fuck. All right. Sorry.
Would it be able to transform back in the break spear later?
Yeah.
Yeah, he gets them back on long rests. Portion of them.
Yeah, it has 3 max charges, regains 1 charge when you finish a long rest. And he has, like, the only thing is now Egg has to keep track of the weapon's memory.
Yeah.
You guys.
Dude, we can't die now.
We can't
Fuck.
Say your long rest or your short rest is complete. So what now? As you are unmolested in the undisturbed ancient tomb of the Twice King.
Molly, hush. I
You
guess.
can let them out if they're bugging you.
I guess now we go through the iron door. Yes.
Oh, good.
No lie, I'm feeling pretty good about this, you guys. Feeling a lot better.
I am not. Let's go. Still don't have
Okay,
spell
so
slots.
The group is standing before the barred iron door once again.
Alright, I'm gonna position myself on one side again to lift it
Okay.
and look expectantly.
I'm sure somebody will step up to help you. Give me a perception check.
As it's happening, can I like specifically look for that feeling again?
Sure, you can roll at advantage. Distinctly looking for that same catch. In fact, is why you notice that it does not happen this time.
Hmm.
But,
Alright, are we
you
ready?
lift the bar free.
I think we're ready.
Yep.
I'm gonna creak open one side and
Okay.
take a peek in.
You push the door open into darkness, and though your dark vision kicks in, you see no color. So you see a large
Well,
open
is
room.
Does it my thing function like dark vision?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure it says grants dark vision, right? Like it gives the dark vision keyword. It doesn't say you can see in the dark.
You can see in total darkness.
Where it Devil's Sight. Well, Devil's Sight 5e. Let's see. Oh,
You can see
well,
normally
wait,
in
hold,
darkness.
hold on. Udinar, do you have light on your shield?
Nope. It ran out. I haven't recast it yet.
Okay, then Darby can see. Yes, okay. So yeah, Darby can see fully. So in the room before you, it opens up slightly, and there are two corners that you can't make out what's beyond them to your right and left. But across the room from you, there are two pedestals, and it looks like there is a door on the right, a door on the left, and two doors at the opposite end of the room, as well as a large sun emblazoned into the stones in the room beyond. Or 12-pointed star, if you will.
Well, this looks awfully wicked if I've ever seen anything.
What are you talking about? I was just about to cast light, so we could see
Well,
something.
we got the pedestal, some symbols, some more doors, some corners I can't see around.
Right. Well, and then I'm gonna cast light on my shield.
Okay, what's the range of light? 30 feet? 60 feet? I don't remember.
I'll just double check it. Uh, 20 feet.
Oh,
And dim for an
light only
additional
goes up
20.
Okay. Well, suddenly Darby loses the back half of the room. But you can the rest of you can see beyond him, and clearly illuminated on the floor are the paler tiles that make the 12-pointed star. And but you can't see any of the pedestals or doors that Darby had referenced. And neither can Darby anymore.
Well, shall we?
And push open the door the rest of the way and creep in.
Okay. What's the order? Darby.
Then Egg.
Okay.
Then probably me.
Petalin last.
I'll bring
Alright,
up the
so
rear.
as Darby creeps forward, he needs to make a dexterity saving throw. Despite his best efforts, Darby quickly disappears from sight as he plummets into a large open trough in the floor that suddenly opens up beneath him. Egg, I also need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Egg barely catches his balance, and I'm going to say that Udinar also reaches out and grabs him by the back of the collar to prevent him from tumbling into the same large open pit. After Darby's fall, there is a ringing sound and then a snap as a metallic cage locks shut over the top of the pit. Darby, give me a perception check. Where did it go? Where did it go? I just had this open. Is it in here? Oh, yeah. Okay. You notice that there appear to be several holes in either side of the wall in the large pit that you were in. I have a reaction. Do you do anything?
How far down did I fall?
You know what? You fell 10 feet, so I guess there should be a d6 of falling damage. Oh, that is 2. You take 2 damage.
Unfortunate. Oh, okay. You added it. And I see that it's caged above me.
Yes. Yeah, with a loud clang. And so you see that there are small holes on either side, or on all 4 of the walls of the pit.
Yeah, not going to be here anymore. I'm just going to Misty Step.
Okay. Darby appears on top of the cage. A few seconds later, you hear a gurgling sound, like a horrible gurgling coming from deep within the walls themselves, and then water begins to rush into the pit below.
Oh my gosh.
Oh Lord. Good thing you got
glad
out.
I'm not in there.
Same.
That could have been very bad.
All right, now standing inside the room properly, and you get a better look at it, it is a warped octagon with the north, east, south, and west walls being much longer than the 4 corners. At each of the 4 corners, however, there appears to be a golden pedestal, empty on top. There is a door to your right, a door to your left, and 2 doors on the far wall. And the 12-pointed star emblazoned on the floor. Darby, if you would like to inspect the pit, you can do so at advantage to try and figure out what may have triggered it.
Sure, because I'm a little miffed about falling into a hole.
I think I'm going to go ahead and light a torch so it can be
Okay.
a little bit brighter in here. And I'd like to inspect the 12-pointed star on the floor.
Well, before you do that, Darby leans down to inspect the long pit opening on the floor, and it spans from the edge of the corridor to the opposite edge of the corridor, so fully encompassing the door, the entire length of the door, and then some. As you're taking a look at it, you realize that there appears to have been a safety catch, which is somehow tied to the door and likely to the bar. And had you noticed it, you would have been able to trigger it so that the pit didn't activate when you stepped on it.
So I just missed my trap check from earlier. Unfortunate.
Yes.
Darby's going to account that one to being shown up by the gnome outside opening the door. But looking at it now that it's triggered, does there appear any way that it would reset on its own?
Not that you can see. Likely the reset mechanism is either within or somewhere else within the tomb.
Okay.
Or perhaps it's on a timer. You aren't sure. All right, so Pedalin inspecting the 12-pointed star on the floor. It is meticulously, each tile is dyed and stained, likely in the forming process. and placed very carefully into the floor to create this star image.
But there's no like symbols or anything like that on the points or.
Nope.
What about the 2 pedestals or altars
4
that are in the
pedestals.
room?
4.
There's 4?
Everybody else caught that, right? That there were 4.
No.
Okay, so I'll give that description again. Being fully in the room now and able to see all the way across it, thanks to the light of your torch or your dark vision, you see that it is a distorted octagon with the north, east, south, and west walls being much longer than the corners. Within each of the 4 corners is a golden pedestal that is empty on, flat on top, has a basin or just like a, not even a basin, it's just flat on top. The 12-pointed star is in the center of the room. There is a door to the right, a door to the left, and 2 doors on the opposite wall from you, as well as the one that you entered from now behind you.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 doors on the north wall and then 1 door each on the east and west walls.
Yes.
Okay.
Do we perhaps try those first?
I would
Do
think
we
so.
want to take a look at the pedestals first?
Yes.
Yeah, let's investigate that first.
Okay. Perception checks, please.
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to guess that each of the 4 of you goes to your own pedestal.
Yeah.
Sure.
Sure.
Okay. All right. So, as each of you are looking over the pedestals, you find that they are plain marble work, much the same as the white one outside, but in this case, golden. They are smooth all the way up, on all sides, square, and then there is a cylindrical piece on top, which has a very flat, otherwise empty top. Engraved in all 4 of them is the same phrasing. I will just, I'm just gonna. In Elvish, so Darby and Egg are shit out of luck. But you know what? I'm gonna make this centered so that it looks good again. Oh, you know what? That's not text. That's formatting. I hate that when you copy something from OneNote, it copies like a picture.
Oh, yeah.
And don't correct my grammar, Microsoft Word.
You didn't install the Elvish plugin.
I didn't. This should go in D&D chat. So Pedalin and Udanar are able to decipher the message within.
I would read it out loud to the group.
So then do so.
Okay. Gonna blow a little dust off. I think it says, before traveling further, heed warning. Mark my words, or be dead by morning. Know the greatest fear of the evil you are near. In many forms it comes, you may need them all to fight. I urge you, do not dig, do not release the night.
Huh.
You heard him,
Great.
big guy. No digging.
Oh, digging. Oh, neat.
Just as we get more complicated, I thought it might help you guys to have some visual.
Sure. The rooms at the bottom are the ones that we were
Yes.
explored. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
What's the greatest fear of the Twice King? Hmm.
Having no blood. I don't know.
Okay.
Hmm.
Well,
Well, now that this got even scarier, are we ready to look at some doors?
I guess so.
And I'm sorry if you said it, do the pedestals up top like have any sort of indentation to
Nope.
like receive something?
Nope. They're just flat.
All right.
They're not bowls or anything.
One door at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we went counterclockwise last time. You want to do that the same this time?
I guess so.
Sure.
Okay. We'll start with the eastern door.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna check it.
Let's see, what number is that? That is this one. Checking the door, you see that it appears to be, of the four, just based off visual, the most used. You can see that the weight of hands pressing against it over many years, or however long somebody was down here, has worn a little bit of an indentation into it. You don't detect any sort of traps, and indeed, it doesn't even appear to be locked.
All good?
Yeah, but I'm still a little wary after falling down that hole. So I'm gonna use the the bone to push it open.
Okay. The door swings open with some ease, and as the light of Pedalin's torch and Udinar's shield shines inside, you see that you have apparently stumbled upon what appears to be a full-fledged library of sorts. I don't have tokens for all this, so just use your imagination. But
Mm-hmm.
within, it appears that everything is in pristine, well-kept condition, to the extent that nothing is crumbling to dust. The shelves are still standing, and even the room itself seems absent of dust.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I'm gonna look at the floor directly after the door.
This is not Hackmaster. You don't have to do that.
No, okay.
If you hadn't
I-
rolled a 3 earlier, you would have found the other one.
Well, I have no idea how
I know
did,
that's
so.
that's the magic of it. That's the magic of it. I love it.
I'm gonna get looking.
I'd like to get looking as well, but specifically looking for something with information about the Twice King.
Okay. Anybody else?
Yep.
I'm gonna look for
No.
anything
Map
that
is
looks
in
like
front
it
of my tower.
sits on a pedestal.
I mean, books can sit on a pedestal.
I know, but more like
pe-
a bust or
Pedalin could sit on a pedestal.
That's true.
Huh. Okay. Udinar, Egg, and Pedalin, through your combined efforts, well, actually, Egg, you quickly give up, realizing that almost all of these titles are written in Elvish. The most interesting thing that Egg finds is a blank book that was just kind of set haphazardly on one of the shelves. But other than that, you discover 4 titles of interest. The first being a complete biography and history of King Raisin Hollerant. The second being Hollerant Ancestry Volumes 2, 3, and 4. Oh, those are combined. Sorry. So, Complete Biography and History of King Raisin Hollerant, Volumes 2, 3, and 4. Traveling Scholar's Notes on the Sundering. Traveling Scholar's Legends of the Floating Isles of the Aarakocra. And the musing book that I mentioned Egg found. Darby, as you search through the library, you find an old cliche in that on one of the shelves on the far northern wall, there appears to be a small sliding false shelf underneath it. And you notice it as you're leaning down to take a look at a lower shelf, and your hand, like the shelf slides with your hand as you go to support your weight.
Okay. Is it like an actual like switch type mechanism?
Well, you could pull the false shelf out.
Okay, I will go ahead and do that.
As you do so and look in, you see that you have so the shelf is like 3 inches long, like it's got some overhang, and so pulling the false shelf out opens up that full 3 inches, and it's just like the actual wood of the shelf supporting the books now visible. And so beneath that, you can see that there is a small like a lever or like a door knocker style switch at the very back of the shelf itself.
I found a lever. Should I pull it?
No. The last time we started pulling random levers in a dungeon like this, well, let's just say one of our party member, well, 2 of our party members, I guess, got separated.
Separated?
out.
Which time was this?
This was before we met either of you, but pulling levers has a tendency to separate your soul from your body. At least in the last place with one.
What kind of places are you visiting?
Oh, elemental temples?
I mean, you just have to not be standing in the wrong spot when you pull it, and you'll be fine.
I guess since we're all in the room with the lever, you can pull it.
Yeah.
I pull it. Or push
Okay.
it.
There
Or
is
bop it.
yeah. Well, as you know, so you pull it. Like I said, it's like a door knocker. So you pull it out, and then you'll realize that it twists, and so you twist it. And as you twist it, there is a loud click, and then the grating of stone on stone as the shelf gives way and begins to swing inward, revealing a pathway to what looks to be a second chamber beyond.
I love it.
Hey, everybody's souls are still in their body. Awesome.
Nice.
You know, debatable, but okay.
As in their bodies, as they were beforehand.
Just real quick, the 3 titles of the books that we found again.
Yeah, I need them as well.
You know what?
Complete Biography of King Raisin Hollerant, volumes 2, 3, and 4. Traveling Notes on the Sundering, and then Traveling Notes on the Isle of the Aarakocra? Is that
Hold on.
correct?
Hold on. me copy this.
Neat.
Neat indeed.
I almost spelled Holorant right.
I did not.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna peer into that new room.
Okay. You see that within the new room is a single shelf and what looks to be a scholar's desk, in the sense that it has little cutouts for like ink pots and things like that.
Are there any books on the shelf?
Are you going to search the room?
I want to
suppose
search
so.
the room for sure.
I mean, we found a secret room. We gotta search it.
Yeah.
Egg apparently gets distracted by something and finds nothing of interest.
Libraries. Too many books he
Mhm.
can't read.
Udinor and Darby kind of spread out, and Darby, quickly realizing that he can't read most of the titles, is happy to see that there were a couple that stood out as being written in common. One of them is a a small thin book, not too deep, titled "The Forge of Creation." The other in common. Oh shit! No, hold on. I guess there'd be four in common in here. All of the books in here would be in common. So never mind. So Darby and Una are going to find these four. The Forge of Creation, a Miratel Academy textbook on enchantment. Actually, three of those.
Hmm.
Another tome titled "The Lonely Tower in the Astral Desert," penned by a BT. And then another tome titled "The Society Beneath the City," also penned by a BT.
Interesting. Are the enchanting books like volumes or 3 copies of the same thing?
They are volumes.
No, okay. I mean, Forge of Creation sounds kind of important.
Yep.
Right?
Mm-hmm. They all sound somewhat important. But yeah, Forge of Creation. Oof.
Well, I want to take them all.
Yeah, we should take all of these for
Yeah.
sure.
Can I quickly flip through the Society Beneath the City one?
It's at a glance a colorful biography. It is dense.
Hmm. Do I notice any
get-
names I recognize?
Roll a percentile die.
No. I dropped it on the fucking chat line and one of the dice is not disappearing.
Oh. Huh. In your flipping, the thing that you noticed most is that there is a single name, and the only reason it stands out to you is because while everything else is written in kind of a script, this is just like in block letters, and it says Nine Finger Nicholas.
90 Nick?
Interesting.
Which
I
book
take
was
it I
that
didn't
one in?
find.
The Society Beneath the City.
Oh.
So somebody named Nine Finger Nicholas is referenced multiple times, or Nine Finger Nicholas, or Nicky Nine Fingers. You'll see just various things like that.
I'm gonna go digging through my bag until I find the worn sheet of paper that we got from the lab
Uh-huh.
in Spira. And I'm
Okay.
going to compare it to the Lonely Tower in the Astral Desert and be like, because here it references the Astral Tower of the Mad Mage Arenthalis for the Zenith Key, and here's a book on the Lonely Tower in the Astral Desert. Sounds awfully similar to me. Look, it even says, what has become of the desert remains a mystery. That's a pretty good clue, I think. This could be a hint for a pre-sundering artifact. I'm going to slip the page into the book, put the book in my bag.
All right. I'm gonna flip through the enchantment book and just I don't understand any of this magic shit. And
You
then
the only thing you would recognize in the enchantment textbook is that it is quite literally laid out like a collegiate instructional textbook.
Madame Beldam would have liked those.
Too bad for all intents and purposes, she's dead.
She's just taking a long nap.
Yep, pretty dead. I'm gonna just thumb through the traveling scholar's notes on the Sundering.
Pretty dead.
It's not really a thumb through kind of.
It's pretty
You're gonna
deep.
you're gonna have to parse somebody's like idle thoughts
Oh,
because traveling
okay.
traveling scholars notes.
It's like a live journal. Gotcha.
Yes.
Oh, Lord.
Written in Elvish, the worst type of
It's
live
it's
journal.
more it's more like a scribbled of findings. It looks like at a glance you get a sense that this is basically somebody's research on it, but it's all scattered. None of it's put together.
Okay. I'll look at the Forge of Creation then.
You literally cannot read the text within.
Oh.
Ooh.
Different language, or I can't see it, or what?
Different language.
Gotcha. Okay. I hold it up and it's like, can anybody read this?
Passive perception will say that Darby and Petalin and, well, Egg, what's your intelligence? Is it average or below? Below. So yeah. Darby and Petalin will recognize a couple of the same runic symbols as those that were on the door outside.
I see.
I mean, we should. Obviously, we'll keep it. Because if we get out of here alive, it's probably really fascinating.
Starting to have an idea of what language that is.
Does anyone know what an Aarakocra is?
I'm going to do a check, but I don't think I do. No.
Floating isle. Maybe it's another crab monster. Like the one from Spira.
Aren't those the bird people?
Bird.
You know what, Udanar? Let's say that you've encountered descriptions of an Aarakocra before, and they are indeed bird people.
Egg would know what an Aarakocra is.
Yeah,
Oh,
I realize. Udanar has heard of them.
Mm-hmm.
Wonders
Does
never
that speak
cease.
up?
Yeah. Arakokra, that's what the witch is.
Oh,
Oh,
So yeah, I'll want to know about that book later.
I see. Okay.
I hand over the book.
Well, now that things are a
I
little
can't read
awkward.
this.
Well, bird person or not, you can still stab them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think we've all seen how well we stab bird things.
Yeah, definitely. No problem.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I
Just
think
real quick, going back to Nine Figure Nick book, there was no like city names that I recognized in there.
No, in your flip through, because it was written in block, it was the only thing that stood out.
Okay.
And I'm literally assuming you guys are like turning a page, reading a couple of words, turning
Yeah.
several pages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a short rest or anything.
right.
No.
Mm-hmm.
We should continue on though.
Yes.
We still
Yeah.
haven't
Did
looked at the
anybody
desk.
actually actively search the desk for anything, or?
Being a scholar's desk, it does not have any drawers. Like I said, it's like where you would keep your ink quills on top and maybe have a book or two open, but otherwise it didn't. Like it had the Forge of Creation tome on it.
Okay.
Well, if anything, that might give us some leads in the future.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's definitely going to be time spent poring over these books at some point. If, we live.
I've got a good feeling about it.
Okay, well, I'm glad.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
Are you endangering the mission? Should you have come?
Okay. So, I think, are we done with the library? Yes.
Suppose so.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think that takes us to the
The Northeast.
eastern.
Door?
The eastern northern door.
So, north right.
North right.
Yes.
North right.
Let me get back to my notes. Is
Dungeon diving's so fun.
Okay.
Where all the exposition and things are.
I don't know about exposition, but yes.
Clues.
No hints as to any traps or anything nefarious being present at this door.
All right. Feeling confident since the last one was fine. Gonna swing this one open.
Okay. Within this strangely shaped room, the first thing that immediately stands out and catches your attention is that it is full of easels of various paintings.
Ooh.
Hmm. All
Are
right.
they paintings of people or landscapes?
A little bit of everything. It seems that whoever was here clearly was bored enough to dabble in many aspects of art.
Gonna walk in and start
Maybe-
looking around, I guess.
Sure.
Yep. Oops. Now you can all see
Interestingly
how
enough-
bored Egg is by the art.
I was going to say, interestingly enough, that seems to be about how everybody has been rolling tonight.
Great.
Darby and
I
Petalin,
had a good roll on that weapon cost.
with the exception of a few search checks, you guys have had some piss poor rolls tonight. So Darby and Petalin are the first to notice that there is a blank space on the wall, which is only noted by the fact that the wall is slightly discolored, so a painting that is missing. In addition to that, Petalin notices a portrait of a woman who looks hauntingly familiar, and you're almost certain you've seen her before. After a few moments of careful study, you realize that it is the image of the same woman that you saw in the city of Spira.
Ooh.
Only in this case, she is accompanied by a man. Give me a wisdom check. Well, no. Intelligence. Okay, that's good enough. In fact, the man bears a very faint, almost imperceptible, like not almost imperceptible. It is just a very faint, like maybe there's a distant relation, similar appearance to Lautric. Like they share the same nose and the same eye shape. Which, coincidentally enough, you also recognize as being similar to the portrait that you saw in Odahetsu's library in terms of nose and eye shape.
Is the painting labeled? Like, does it have a little tiny plaque or anything like that?
There is
On
no
the
plaque
frame?
or anything on any of them in here. In fact, they're all unframed canvas, and there are in fact still painter's tools in the room.
Have the paints dried up at this point?
They are bottled. As you open the bottles, you see that they are reduced largely to pigment, but could perhaps be rehydrated. Or actually, I'm not sure how oil paints work, but let's just say for the sake of fantasy that you could, reconstitute them.
Okay. Gonna scrounge up whatever tools and put them in the haversack.
Okay.
Can you give me a quick description of what the woman looks like again?
Oh, I'll have to go back to find the first one. I think it's in here. A painting of a hauntingly beautiful, pale-skinned woman dressed in fine clothing while seated outside beneath a gleaming moon and a single bright purple star. Her hair is black and her eyes are bright blue. Only in this one, she's dressed in more of like monarchal regalia. Less fine clothing and more royal clothing.
Mm. I'm guessing the man is dressed similarly.
Yes.
The spot on the wall,
Mm-hmm.
is there any sort of like mounting point for a painting?
There is a nail buried between the mortar of the stones.
Can I take the painting of what we're assuming is Lola and put it up on that spot?
Not Lola.
Not Lola?
No.
I'm gonna
Looks
go
nothing
and
like Lola.
I'm going
But
to
you said
go.
the elf from Spira.
She's
No,
not an elf.
No, portrait The same portrait that you saw in Spira.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we saw her in the lab.
Okay, that was my confusion then.
I'm going to go and fetch an empty scroll tube
Canvas. Oh, okay.
that I think would fit the painting.
Okay. And I believe at the same time Darby is taking that painting and putting it on the wall. Is that right?
Yes.
All right,
Making
so you
sure it's
remove it
not
from,
some secret key.
sure. So you remove it from the easel and put it on the wall, and now there it hangs on the wall.
Is the discoloration like going past the edges of that one, or is this about the size?
I'd say they'd all be around the same size. Like all portraits would be around the same. So it looks like whatever here was likely a portrait, if it wasn't this painting.
Okay.
There are a few still lifes of what look to be like the temple bedroom or the tomb bedroom that you saw previously. Only in this there are 4 monks or residents present.
Are there any mosquitoes in any of these rooms past the iron door?
Yes.
Ugh. So gross.
When I said literally everywhere, I meant that you're going to encounter them until I tell you that you no longer encounter them.
Okay. Well, I want to take this portrait with us, so is it so frail that if I try to roll it up and put it in the scroll case, it will be damaged?
Well, you'd have to take it off of its like the wooden framing that it's canvassed onto, but
Well, I mean, I can just do this, and then I insert the whole painting into the haversack.
Ah! You foolish fool! Stuff touches the paint, it could scratch it.
And then I pull it out again,
it's fine.
and then I put it back in.
Ah! She could be important.
That's why he put it in the bag.
It's not like you put it in the pit.
Yeah,
Just-
where everything's just rattling around.
Full disclosure, I think that woman has a connection to Mordrak some kind of way. The man in the picture looks eerily similar to a picture of a man that we saw in another library who was a direct descendant of Mordrak. It's important we keep that painting so that we can refer to it later.
Mind you, he also bears that similar resemblance to somebody that you have seen alive.
Yeah, but he didn't meet Lautrec.
Right. Oh no, he didn't, did he?
No,
Nope.
so my referring to Lautrec right now wouldn't help.
Mm.
We can discuss it later.
Mm. I
Well,
mean,
it'll be fine in the
after
Zap.
after a spectacle is made over the portrait, I assume that Egg and Udunar may also have seen it because I mean,
Yeah.
it's not like a dead, like, oh my god, it's the same person. It's more like same nose shape, same eyes. You're likely to recognize that something about it is familiar.
I'm just saying that there's a connection and we should be wary of it.
Sure. The guy who knows the least about it can hold on to it.
Well, I mean,
Good.
it just seems like the most sensible way to carry it.
I don't disagree.
I went and got this tube and I brought it back and you're just shoving it into bags all over the place.
Magic bags. It's fun.
Good thing we
Alright,
didn't
well,
put that backpack in the pit, huh?
oh,
Well,
man.
I was not going to do that.
And I wouldn't even consider it metagaming, considering you guys have encountered anti-magic fields interactions with a portable hole. So
Right.
Yeah.
I Egg nearly
Through
died.
that.
While we're in this room still, I'm going to go ahead and try all the portrait paintings
Okay.
in this
They
spot.
all fit nicely in that spot, but otherwise nothing happens.
Redecorating.
Well, I found one secret door, just trying my luck.
You try hanging on the nail yourself.
It's
What would
also
that accomplish?
possible. Sorry,
Uh,
go ahead.
Same thing you've accomplished with all these paintings. I don't know.
Well, it's also possible that the painting that's missing is the one that we already saw in the lab at Spira.
That's possible. Or it could be some other painting. That's in some other room. Speaking of other rooms.
I agree with egg.
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 Okay.
All right, next room it is.
Yep.
Egg has no art appreciation.
All right. So on to the next room.
Yes, we're
Once
going to
again,
the.
no indication that there would be any traps.
This is the north left door that we're doing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and swing it open.
All right. As you do so, nothing greets you but pitch blackness. Not even the light from your torch or Udinar's shield pierces within.
Can I see in it though?
Nope, not while there's light near you. The official ruling on how that works is it only works in complete and total darkness. So if somebody else has a torch near you, it doesn't work.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Where is that specified?
All right, here, hold on. I even have it pulled up. Message.
Okay. I'll believe you, Crawford.
I like it better that way because then you get the flavor of seeing in color.
Yeah. It does make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Get to be Vin Diesel.
Mm-hmm. Vin
Uh,
Diesel does play D&D.
I know. You two, turn out those lights.
What? No. Why?
Because I can't see into this room while those lights are on.
Well, we can't see
We
into
can't
that
see into
room
that
while
room at
the-
all.
All right. I don't like it, but
Just hold hands if it makes you feel better.
No, you tell me why I should turn the light off.
He did.
Yeah, but
Petalin douses her torch.
I keep mine on.
Then go stand in the painting room.
Okay. I'll do so. I'll go in the painting room.
Okay.
Look around a little bit, I guess.
Gets sent to timeout. Appreciates some fine art. And
Petalin plasters herself against the wall in between the two doors.
Darby's eyes begin to glow with a gray blue churning like the sea. And as you peer within the room, you realize, able to pierce the darkness, that it is indeed just an empty room. There's nothing within.
Let's come back to this one. And I'll close the door.
Okay.
Why? What's in there?
Darkness.
Well, the room is kept dark by magic. But even seeing through that magic, it appears that there's nothing in there and I don't trust it.
That sounds pretty suspicious. Udnar, can you bring the light back in here, please?
Considering the warning on the pedestals about not releasing the night, I'm just gonna leave this door closed for now.
Good call. Good call.
So did you find what you were looking for?
That room is kept dark by magic.
Oh, who would have thought? What
I
was
said
in
I
it?
I-
save it for last. Quite literally nothing. And that's what worries me.
Oh, you didn't see anything, you say. Go figure.
No, I saw the room just fine.
Yeah, you saw nothing.
It's the fact that, the fact that nothing exists within the room.
Who's on first?
Right, exactly.
I'm relighting my torch. It's too dark in here.
Gonna go check the next door.
Okay.
Western door it is.
One door more.
This door, much the same as the others, is apparently or seemingly untrapped, though you notice that it seems to be bearing some wear at the hinges.
Interesting.
Okay.
Well, is everyone ready?
Yep.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna swing it open.
As the door opens freely and light shines within, you see what looks to have been perhaps a place where the inhabitants would work out, as there are several weight plates, various other exercise equipment, and things of that nature within.
Kind of weird.
Hmm. Very weird.
There's also a sparring mat and a few other various things.
I'm gonna look around for anything of interest.
Yeah, I'll do the same.
Yep.
Was not expecting a workout room down here, I have to say.
The only oddity in the room seems to have been found by Darby, as you discover a single solitary feather laying across a bench where it looks like somebody was once lifting weights. Other than that, as I mentioned before, it's weightlifting stuff, some sparring gloves, a sparring mat. It is a sort of gym/exercise room.
What color is this feather?
Striped, gray and gray.
Hmm. But doesn't appear to be like used as a quill or anything.
Mm-mm. No,
Okay.
it doesn't have a nib.
Hey, maybe it's from one of the bird people you were talking about.
Oh God. Egg starts to sweat.
Well, this is the room for that.
Oh, God damn it.
Um, I want to see if I can identify the species of bird that it's from.
Knowledge nature. Or just nature, I guess. It's not knowledge nature anymore. Showing my 3rd edition roots. Unfortunately, you are unfamiliar with the species.
I think we'll try.
Egg is equally as unfamiliar with the species.
I guess that rules out bird person.
Seems like it.
Well, all we have left is the mysterious dark room.
At least,
Well,
at least no bird person I've ever seen.
So if it is empty and we can't see in it, then what's the point of going in there, I guess? Like, if we can't break the magic to, like, I guess we could feel around or something.
I mean, I don't really want to go in there. It gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Who's writing on that room?
What are you talking about?
I don't even know how to do that, so it's definitely not me. That is the last room.
Scary darkness. What
Mhm.
it says.
So
Well, unfortunately, I'm the only one who can see in there.
Mhm.
Well,
I
we
mean,
can,
we got this far by doing the things people told us not to do, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm gonna hand pedal in the haversack.
Okay.
I'm gonna give him a guidance boop.
Okay.
Oh, is he just going in there alone?
I'm the only one who can see in there.
Like, should we tie a rope around him or something in case he gets, like, sucked into a vortex? Like, should we think this through a little bit?
I mean, we should definitely think it through a little bit.
I'm assuming what's going to happen is nothing, but we can't take that chance, right?
I mean, I suppose.
I mean, it's your character. If you want to die, let me know, I guess.
Okay, from the haversack with pedal and holding it, I'm gonna pull out the bone again from the bag, and I have 50 feet of rope in there.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna tie it around my waist.
Okay.
I'll hold it as well. Or tie it around my waist and hold it.
Okay, I'm gonna open the door, and I'm gonna toss the bone in first. Do I
Okay.
hear any
You hear
sound
the
come out?
Yes, you hear the clattering of the bone inside.
Just making sure you guys can hear me if I yell.
Okay. Yeah.
Good thinking.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to step into the room and then not like fully close the door behind me, but just to block their light from bleeding in.
Okay. You step into the room and pull the door to. You find yourself standing in a room that is slightly cooler than the others. However, it is devoid of any decoration, sight, or even light, for that matter, as it is pitch black and barren. The weapon at your hip giggles and said, "Afraid of the dark, are we?"
Wouldn't say afraid. Rather uncomfortable, though.
It chuckles again and says, "Well, this is merely a spell, child's play. I don't know what you're so afraid of."
It's not the spell I'm afraid of. It's what may linger in this darkness.
Egg, where is your blade of devouring? The edge of, yeah,
I mean, I guess I would be keeping it on the outside of my backpack,
um,
or
okay.
like on my back.
Okay. It whispers to you. It says, "Hey, what do you think it would take to get that fancy bit off of your friend's hip? I want to eat it."
I'm pretty sure it's made of a tentacle, not metal.
And he says, "Oh, but I can smell the metal, and I want to eat it." He says, "Find out what it'll take, and then we'll be great friends."
Okay.
Udinar and Petalin, you can roll perception.
Yep.
You can roll this. You can roll this publicly. 20 to overhear.
Not paying attention. Too busy making sure party member doesn't die in darkness.
Makes sense.
I heard mumbling, but no distinct words, I think.
Sure. You probably heard Egg say tentacle, and then also okay.
But I mean, we've been with Egg long enough to know sometimes he just does that.
Uh-huh.
Whatever.
Sure. Nothing out of the ordinary.
Yeah,
All
I've
right,
heard
Darby.
his dreams.
I'm gonna
Now-
search the room for. Well, I guess it's like devoid of anything, right?
Yes.
So I'm gonna scour the walls for any possible switches or hidden crevices.
Sure.
Don't
You
forget
run your hand.
guidance.
Yeah, go ahead and roll your
Oh,
d4.
Oh, man, that one flew on.
Yeah, everybody saw that, right?
Yeah.
It hit the wall and flew out. All right. All right. So you run your hands along the walls and probably the floor as well, looking for any signs of like a catch or a trigger or something secret within. And instead, you just feel that same diamond pattern, and otherwise, like you get the distinct feeling that maybe nothing has ever been in this room because there's no scuff marks on the floor as you thoroughly investigate. And running your hands along the walls, it doesn't feel like there's any chips. There's no pieces missing. It's all rather immaculate and untouched. It's simply dark. It's probably been about 5 minutes now that Darby's been in there with such a thorough investigation.
I'm gonna tug the
He
rope
probably
just like a
feels-
little bit, like,
Yeah.
are you okay, sort of thing.
I'll tug back.
Okay.
Hey, you got a bite. Reel him in.
All right, I'll leave the room.
Okay. Darby reemerges from the dark room. That sea gray churning of his eyes disappears almost immediately upon entering the light of the torch and shield.
Do I see that in his eyes?
Give me perception. No.
Okay. So I still think he's a little crazy. Got it.
So there's nothing in there, which is strange because it seems like nothing has ever been in there.
Well, there's darkness in there.
Well, yeah.
That's something.
Question is, how is it sustaining?
Magic.
It's an odd room. The only treads I found were my own.
Hmm.
I mean, maybe people were too scared to go in.
There were, in fact, even. Well, let's see. Let me think. Yeah, not even mosquitoes in there.
Hmm.
Okay, that is weird. Yeah.
Darby, after spending approximately 5 or so minutes in that room, you might feel a little bit itchy. Just like all over irritated.
Interesting.
We could try digging.
I think.
Diggy, diggy,
It literally
hole.
says do not dig.
Again, how did we get this far?
What do you
By
mean this
doing the
far?
thing
We
they said
saw a
not
bunch
to
of empty
do.
rooms.
I mean, how do we get in here?
Okay, I've got a crazy idea about how to progress.
Okay.
Okay.
Obviously, we need to figure out what the Twice King fears the most, right? And yet here is a giant mosaic of the sun. So maybe what he fears most is light. And
Okay.
light can come in different forms. So maybe if we put a different form of light on each pedestal, something will open or be revealed.
What different forms of light are you thinking?
Well, fire for one,
Mm-hmm.
and then we have a feather for light as a feather.
Oh my god. Yeah.
And-
Okay, I'm on
and
the same
then-
page. Knowing Wolf,
and then
yes,
we-
you're right.
And then maybe we leave that pedestal near the darkness empty as devoid of light.
Okay.
And then maybe there's a painting of the sun or some form of light or something like that because it's a representation of light rather than actual light.
So, and Bud Light. Are you thinking each of these pillars corresponds with a room? Somehow?
Maybe. It's worth a try.
Okay.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'm with.
Yeah. So let's put the feather somewhere, I guess.
I guess, I mean, I'm not sure it matters, but we can start with putting the feather on the
Bottom left.
southwestern
Yeah.
pedestal.
Feather.
Oh.
And Darby will go place it there, walking over, scratching his neck.
Okay. As you place the feather on the pedestal, the cylinder rotates and slides down into place with a grinding thunk.
Holy shit, she's right.
Oh my gosh. Okay, nobody panic. All right. So, for Udnar, do you still have any candles?
You know what? That's a good question. Hold up. I have 4, yeah.
Can you put a lit candle on the southeastern pedestal, please?
Eastern lit candle? Okay, sure.
Yeah.
One
For light to
candle.
read by for the library.
Okay.
As you place the candle on the pedestal, nothing happens.
Damn.
Is there anything in that room related to light?
That was what, the library, right? Hold up.
Mm-hmm.
We have the blank journal with a few pages torn out. The other stuff are the scholar's
some-
notes.
Light reading.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
I like it. Yeah, try the blank journal, I guess.
Because it seems weird that there was a journal with nothing in it.
Okay, so journal.
I'll hold on to the candle for now.
What are you doing with the journal, and who's doing what with the journal?
The journal's going on the southeastern pedestal.
Okay. So somebody sticks it up there, and nothing happens.
Okay.
Just as to put this out there, details are important.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna try the candle here. This pedestal.
The pedestal slides down and rotates into place with the same
Yeah.
wow.
So
satisfying chunk.
it's the opposites: the feather with the weight room, the light with the darkness.
Oh.
Hmm.
So what would the opposite of a painting be? Or of the opposite
Was
of
there
art?
a blank canvas?
I mean, we could try the blank journal in that one.
Yeah.
Well, the journal's missing pages. What if we tear out one page
Okay.
of the blank journal? Place that on there.
Oh. Yeah.
Okay.
So you tear out a page from the journal and place it on the pedestal, and nothing happens.
Hmm.
I'm gonna move this here because we know that isn't locked in.
In the art room, is there any blank canvases?
There are. You try them, nothing happens.
The opposite.
I'm not necessarily sure it's the opposite, but it seems to be that way so far. I just don't want us to get like tunnel visioned,
Sure.
because I know that's a thing we have a problem with.
Yeah.
No comment.
Do we want to try the journal on the art pedestal just for the hell of it?
Well, I mean, there's a painting missing. Maybe we just put a painting on the pedestal.
Mm-hmm.
A painting on the pedestal. That's true. That would be P.
Yeah.
P. I just noticed that. Sorry.
So the painting goes on the northeast pedestal.
Okay. Nothing happens.
I think it's switched around.
So put the journal on the northeast one, and put the painting on the
The o-
southeast one.
Yeah, the only thing that is like the reason I think that is because it's a long-winded thing, but basically people always say that like the art part of your brain and the analytical part are like two different opposing ends and whatever. So that would be like the library would have the painting on it because that would quote unquote be opposite, and the journal would be on the art thing or whatever, even though journal's not really like scholastic necessarily.
Hmm.
All right, so we're gonna swap them.
Like that's
All
the
right.
only
You swap them and
reason I
nothing
was
happens.
just seeing what
I
else
got
we
a crazy
here.
idea.
Uh-huh.
Are there any light colored paints? Like really pale paints or white paint even?
Oh,
in the
wait.
room?
I also picked up the small brass ring and the wand of red wood in here.
Wasn't that in the previous area?
That was in the previous rooms.
Yeah,
You
Well, he
got
means
that
in
from-
here as in the tomb.
in the
Oh,
tomb.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, just in case that's a thing as well.
Mhm.
Well, I'm gonna look through the painting room searching for light colored paints.
But- Darby took the paints.
Yeah, I took them all.
You took all of them?
Yeah, I got
Well,
room.
Well, give me some.
All right, I'll start pulling all the colors out of my bag.
Okay. Petalyn grabs something that she thinks is a light paint.
I'll dab a little on my finger and put a little dab on the pedestal after removing the painting from the northeast pedestal.
Okay, so now you're putting the paint on the pedestal.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. We'll say that works. The column slides down just like the others did.
Ha!
Okay,
Light colored.
cool.
Maybe try writing the word light on that torn out piece of paper.
Oh no, there's an idea.
Yeah.
I may have just heard the answer. Somebody say the answer?
Writing the word light on the torn up piece of paper.
No, that wasn't it.
Now you've just confused us.
Yeah, that was the only thing.
That was literally the only thing that was said?
Other than that's a good idea or that could work.
So what were the two things said other than writing the word light?
Oh yeah, that could work.
And
That's a good idea.
okay, so maybe it's one of those.
It's not a pun about bright ideas, is it? Or
Probably is. Your husband, you tell us.
don't even. I am not responsible for any of this. All right, well. A good idea or a bright idea, I guess, since it has to be light related.
How do you put that on a pedestal?
I don't know. I guess we could go back into the library and look for something with that in the title.
Oh, hold on. Let me look. Oh, like you're saying something new?
Maybe, yeah.
Can I take a look at that journal real quick?
The blank one?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Can I open it up to a page right after one that's torn out?
Mhm.
Take out a piece of charcoal and rub it to see if I can see any indentation of what was written previously?
Sure, make a dexterity check.
That's a good idea.
Hmm.
That's a good roll.
Damn.
as you scrape the charcoal over the page very gently, a phrase in Elvish slowly appears.
Oh yeah.
I can't read this shit. And I just hand it to Pella.
What does it say?
It is the Elvish phrase for "I have an idea."
I have an idea. Well, write that on the next page and rip it out. Oh, actually, you know what? I better write it since I can write it in Elvish. I'm gonna scribble it down, tear it out, put it on the pedestal.
The column slowly turns and slides into place. With all four. Now, I want to be clear. There were 6 other possible solutions to each pedestal
Okay.
in total. So,
Wow.
but yes, Susanna caught on real quick. I'm really proud about that. So you can have a second inspiration point for
Woo!
the session.
Wow, I
Racking
don't
'em
get one
up.
for charcoal rubbings? I'm hurt.
You can have one for that. That's good. That's a good call. All right. So as all 4 columns slide into place, locking into the base of their square like podium, there is a fierce grinding of stone on stone as the sun begins to split open in the center of the floor, revealing a spiraling staircase headed down.
Oh God. All right.
Must go deeper.
I guess so.
I mean, this has been one way, so not much of a choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So everybody's going down. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yep.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. You make your way. Or what's the order going down the stairs?
Darby first.
Okay.
Egg second.
Third.
Okay.
I'll go last.
Darby and Egg makes dexterity saving throws, please.
Oh,
Oh
come on.
no.
You didn't check it.
I didn't think it'd be at the top of the stairs. I was ready to check at the bottom of the stairs.
Oh god. Homer, you rolled a 1.
Oh fuck.
So that's actually going to take Darby out, despite Darby's roll, which would have otherwise been fine.
Is there a way I can donate my inspiration to Egg for
No.
a reroll?
No, it's your inspiration.
Damn.
Let's see. Where is this one?
I just
All right.
real quick before we progress. I just understood just now why it had to be I have an idea, because when you have an idea, a light bulb appears above your head.
Well, the original phrase was that a light goes off in your head. I looked that up to make sure that it wasn't just light bulb, because I didn't want to use light bulb.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, but the idea is there though.
Yes.
It's
Yeah, the
having an
original phrase is
idea is
a
the
light
light
has gone off in his head. Yeah. But yes, there were also other solutions that would have been fine. So the stairs turn to a ramp, and a thick, sludgy, stagnant, repulsive smelling water begins to flow from several small pins on either side, and quickly covers them like in a slick surface. Darby was quick to his feet and attempted to dodge past and make his way back to the entrance, but unfortunately his clumsy brother Egg barred the way, and as he stumbled over himself, took Darby with him as the two slide down, quickly picking up speed over the slick stones, and eventually you hear a loud thud as they both take
Oh, good lord.
10 damage, slamming into a door at the bottom of the steps. Now covered in that same foul, stagnant, oozy water.
Gross.
Oh no, how do we get down now?
Slowly.
Wait, was I still tied to Udinur?
Oh, nah.
Okay, just pull him down too.
You know, I was thinking the same thing too.
More like he would just hold you because he's a Udinar and you don't weigh as much as 3 horses.
But yeah, we spent so much time doing the pedestal thing. I figured we probably would have unwrapped ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Otherwise, it would have
that's
been
what I was
like. Otherwise, it would have been like he had Darby on a little leash for children.
I mean, it would have been slack.
Yeah, it would have been funny.
Yeah. Pedalin and I will start making our way slowly down safely, I guess.
Do they return back to stairs, or is it still going to be super slick?
It is still slick, but you can make dexterity checks or athletics checks to navigate your way down.
Oh, I'm gonna give myself and Udinar
Well,
both.
actually, Pedalin wouldn't be able to. Her arms aren't long enough to reach the walls.
What if I just like
Could I
went
do
down
gonna be-
along the wall?
could I do
Well,
like a
that's- I
check with her on my back or something?
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Okay.
You wear a
Give
Pedalin
him a
backpack.
guidance boop.
Okay.
I'm gonna like a little Yoda.
Okay.
You want acro
not even gonna
or
impose
athletics?
Athletics.
'Kay.
Because you're bracing both arms against the wall.
Gotcha. Okay. So that plus.
That should be in the tower.
Oh yeah, you're right. Hold on. Athletics.
Fortunate for you.
That. Then I'll give you.
I already got the D4. That's fine.
Oh, you didn't care about that one. Okay.
Yeah, I literally don't. Only just barely does Udinar keep his footing with the added weight and increased difficulty of bearing Pedalin on his back. But he does eventually make it to the bottom, whereupon he finds a tangled Egg and Darby attempting to right themselves, again covered in the foul-smelling liquid. Kind of a gray, stagnant sludge. Who knows how long it's been in whatever pipes or tank was holding it.
Ugh.
Are you two okay?
I mean, I've smelled worse before, so that's not the
Same.
issue.
I'm gonna start prestidigitating to clean them up.
Okay.
Just shaking my head. Boys always getting messy.
All right.
I'm gonna look around at the bottom here.
At the bottom, you slammed into another iron door. As you take a look at this one, you recognize that it has several latches in place and is firmly locked, all from this side.
Is there only one lock?
No, there are several. Like each of the latches
Okay.
has a lock.
How many are there?
4.
Hmm. Okay, I'm gonna try that key that I found earlier.
It's too large.
That's annoying. Okay. Can I investigate the key? Does it happen to split into 4 keys?
It does not.
Okay. Shame.
Nice try. I like that. That would have been dope.
It's a neat idea. I wish I thought of it.
And now you'll never use it because we know.
Get it through a prism.
Get a mirror out.
Okay, well, I guess I'm gonna have to start lockpicking here.
Oh, the terror! A rogue lockpicking.
I'm a rogue who didn't take expertise in thieves' tools.
Yeah, well,
least you have
The
thieves'
first
tools.
lock is a simple matter of sliding the pins in place and getting the latch undone.
Next one.
Almost easier than the first.
On a roll.
You hit a snag with this one, but after some finagling, you do manage to get it open.
Got a little overconfident.
3 for 3.
The success you enjoyed with the first two locks comes to a crashing halt. However, you are able to get the lock undone after some time.
All right, and that is all 4.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to check this door for traps, having come crashing into it.
As you're investigating the door, you notice near the handle there are several arcane runes that were practically invisible to the naked eye.
Good call.
I mean, I can't exactly disarm arcane traps, can I?
I don't recall. I don't. Disabling magic traps. Element of trap is visible. Blah blah blah. A character can attempt an intelligence arcana check to detect or disarm a magic trap in addition to any other checks noted in the trap's description. DCs are the same. Dispel magic works sometimes.
Sometimes.
The trap's description is typically clear enough you can adjudicate whether a character's actions locate or foil the trap. Okay, so if you want to disarm it, arcana.
Maybe have a guidance boop first.
Rather, in this instance, I will allow you to make a thieves' tool check, but it has to be with intelligence rather than dexterity.
I can actually change that. Scrolled too far.
And the D4 says,
Is it terrible? Because if it's terrible, I'll use inspiration.
you might want to use inspiration.
Good to know.
Huh, well, that is technically better. Okay, so after a few harrowing, sweat-filled moments, Darby raises himself from the door and announces that he's done it. You can see that after much careful deliberation, it appears as though he managed to lick his thumb and smear the runes, disrupting their natural flow.
Okay.
Seeing that they were merely chalked in place, Darby figured what harm was there in just smudging them out.
All right.
All right, everyone, stand back and admire my genius.
Okay.
Oh yes, we are not worthy.
I'm going to try opening the door.
The door
Still have your-
swings. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, nothing. I was gonna make a joke about his tibia, but it's fine.
The door swings creakily inward, hinged in the center. And as it does so, there is a slight fizzle near one of the runes, but otherwise nothing happens. As you open the door, you are greeted by the sight of a large iron suit of armor, or statued suit of armor, in the center of a strangely shaped room ahead of you. I know you can see nothing, don't worry. Ability visible.
Oh, this map
On the
is
opposite
already
end of the-
way creepier than the other one.
The stone flooring here isn't that same magnificent tile. Rather, it looks like somebody just simply pounded out a cavernous entrance and natural stone. But as I said before, the large stone suit of armor sits in the center of the room, faced away from you towards an iron door at the opposite end.
Well, bets on if that's going to attack us.
Who wants to say hi?
Guess that's you.
All right. Egg steps forward.
Oh God.
Okay. Egg
Says,
steps into the room.
Hello, good sir. Fancy meeting someone else in a place like this.
As Egg steps into the room, you hear a strange, almost like straw squishy crunching sound, which causes everybody to look down and see that there is indeed a straw mat, which has had some strange symbols burned into it.
Oh, no.
But Egg is standing on it and otherwise obscuring vision.
Egg backs up.
As Egg steps off and the group looks down, you realize that written in Elvish, it simply says "Home Sweet Home."
Oh.
Huh.
Well, that's
Not
nice.
nearly as bad as I thought it would be.
Well,
Whose home is it, though?
Maybe that guy.
That guy looks like a statue.
So, despite Egg's wonderful greeting, the statue, stays a statue and is still facing the iron door.
uh-huh. Egg goes back and knocks on the door. And then says, may we come into your home?
The statue remains a motionless statue.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, that's not a no.
Gonna investigate the statue.
As Udanar takes a closer look at the statue in the center of the room, you see that it is like beautifully intricately carved from stone. It looks like plate armor, and it's even been like polished to a near shine. The eye slits have red stones in them. There is just various decoration on it. It's masterful craftwork of some sort of sculpture artist. But it is broader in shoulder and taller even than Udanar.
Out of character, yeah, this thing's gonna totally fucking attack us at some point. I'm sure of it.
Well, hold on. It's facing the other way. Maybe
I think it's
keeping
guarding the
something
door.
Yeah, I think so too. But wait. We know whoever sealed this place up really didn't want whatever's in here to get out. So, is it protecting the door from us or from whatever's inside?
Well, I would
I mean,
think
so
that
far
since-
all the
I'm saying
guys
maybe
guys-
he's a bro is what I'm saying.
Yeah, maybe he's a bro. Maybe.
Well, like, even the staircase was, I think, probably trying to prevent something from going up the stairs
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and getting
And
back out.
the entrance where Darby fell in the main room, like all of
Yeah.
it, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And this is probably just like the first line of defense against whatever.
Maybe it is a bro.
Maybe. I'm hoping it's a bro.
I'm just really
You a
hoping it
bro,
doesn't
bro?
attack us if we try to open that door.
Well, standing around here isn't going to do us much good.
True.
Well, you want to try your key on that door over there?
I'm going to walk in looking for any sort of pressure plates
Okay.
near and around this door,
Smart.
Okay.
since it's the way out.
Well, because it's not Hackmaster, I need to know, are you searching the room for traps?
I guess yes.
Okay. Because I don't want this to turn into I search this square, and then I search this square, and then I search this square. So, like, doors are their own individual thing, and rooms are their own individual thing. So, in searching the room for traps, Darby focuses first on the immediate surroundings, but finding nothing, continues his search outward. Whereupon, directly in front of the door, between the golem statue and the door, you do indeed find a pressure plate.
I'm going to take my chalk out and circle it.
Okay.
Nobody step here.
Good call.
Unless we need to.
I mean, I suppose, but let's hope that need doesn't arise.
Okay.
Can we get a circle on the map for where that is, please?
You have that handy trap circle.
I do. And that's what I was going to put there. Oh, I need to turn grid snapping on.
Oh, that's better. Thank you.
Okay. Tokens. Trap. There are 1, 2, 3, 4. What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 trap icons. They're all the same.
Great.
$1 says that the trap pressure plate activates the golem.
Think so?
What's $1?
I mean, I have a hunch.
I'm going to look at the door. Is there a keyhole?
So give me another roll. There's no obvious sign of opening this door. It doesn't have a seam down the middle or anything like that. There's no visible locks on it. In fact, the only thing that clues you in that it's a door is that you can see the support on either side where it rests in the wall. That would indicate that it can somehow open.
Is there a keyhole on the golem?
There is not. Yet another cool idea that I may have to steal for something in the future.
Maybe you have to knock on that door.
Egg knocks on the door.
Being careful not to
Knock,
step on the
knock,
pressure
knock.
plate.
Uh-huh.
Egg knocks on the door, and it is a muted, hollow ringing that sounds out.
Can I put my ear to the door and try and hear anything on the other side?
You hear nothing on the other side.
Hmm. If we look around on the walls, is there anything of interest or is it just smooth stone?
Smooth stone. Otherwise empty room save for the statue in the center.
Hmm. How do you open a door with no knob?
Is the golem holding anything
Nope.
in any sort of strange position?
Its arms are down at its sides. It looks straight ahead like a sentinel.
Being careful not to step on the pressure plate. I'm gonna go push against the door.
Okay. Nothing happens.
Hmm.
Is the golem on a pedestal or standing on the raw ground?
It's just standing on the ground.
Okay.
Well, it's like it's standing on the ground, but there's a circular base that's like built into the floor with a seam around it.
Charging station. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
What a conundrum.
Can we just lift the door?
I don't think it has handles where you could, or even a seam where
There's
you
no
could grip
there's
it.
no gap. There are no gaps in the door.
Hmm.
Well, we had
I
some
wonder.
sort of gnome wizard who had an open door spell.
Oh, alas. I'm gonna pick up the strange straw mat that
Okay.
says Home Sweet Home on it. Does it do anything?
No, you're holding a straw mat.
Okay.
you're
I'm
you're
gonna-
holding the welcome mat.
I am gonna
Was there
go
a
and
key
put
under
the...
the welcome mat?
There was not a key under the welcome mat.
Damn. Well, I'm gonna go put the welcome mat in front of the other door
Okay.
and then push on it.
It doesn't open.
Shoot. Thought maybe it would be a proximity kind of a thing. Alright, welcome mat can go back.
Okay.
What if we put the welcome mat on the pressure plate?
And then step on it?
It's kind of not the stupidest idea. Because I'll
But
tell you a
technically,
worse
if
one, knocking and saying hello on the door.
I mean, that one, it just resulted in nothing happening. It's fine.
Yeah. I don't know that that's necessarily a trap.
Well,
Like, I'm sure it
I don't
is.
know.
But,
It
like,
says trap.
it does say trap. You are correct. But in this world, it's just a stoner plate that looks different than the
Yeah.
others. And we would assume is a trap because, like, come on. Every other time Darby's done anything, like, without checking, it's been a trap.
Yeah.
I forgot I had these.
It's just a fish.
Yeah.
Fish token. Well,
How do we feel about activating the trap safely to see if it does anything?
I think it's a bad idea,
Mm-hmm.
but
And there's
Yeah,
nothing
we
on this
also don't-
statue.
we also don't want to lose momentum.
Do you need caffeine?
Real bad.
Go get some.
I'm dying.
Do you guys
Yeah,
want to take 5?
Yeah, I've needed to pee for like an hour.
Yeah, not a bad idea.
All right. I mean, you guys don't have to wait for my permission for these kind of things. Just tell me and we'll take a break. All right, let's take
I need a
5.
break.
All right.